Tatta kitta dhi. Ta ta ki ta tatta kitta tatta kitta dhi dhi ki ta dhi dhi kitta dhi kitta tom tom ki ta tom tom kitta nam nam ki ta nam nam kitta reverse nam nam kitta nam nam kitta nam nam ki ta tom tom kitta tom tom kitta tom tom ki ta thi thì kitta thi kitta thi thì kitta ta ta kitta ta kitta ta ta kitta ta. ಯಾಕ್ರಿ ಸುಚಿತಾ ನಿದ್ದೆ ಬರ್ತಿದೇನ್ರಿ?
ಇಲ್ಲ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು.
ನಾನೇ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ವಲ್ಲ. I didn't say you to render it now.
I said I won't be able to do it. I have to practice.
This is one more possibility. Without practice, nothing comes, Suchita. Even for me, nobody is spared. Okay, everybody has to practice. Okay, na? All these lessons, Shravani and Suchita, all these lessons are for our own sake, to understand the movement of three kalas, and we know which kala is where. Right? When we say, even without knowing, some many a times we render the three kala jati. Okay, why is it necessary? Why is it necessary? That answers Suchita's, Shravani's question that she had asked. Sir,
Yeah.
I can't say this jati how many ever times.
Yeah.
I've been saying this jati from ages, but when I say it to Tala, it doesn't come.
So
Why?
they say like 8 aksharas per beat. How will we dance, sir? 8 aksharas.
They are not saying that you have to dance 8 aksharas in a beat.
Yeah.
Did say that? Did I say that? You have to dance 8 aksharas. No, you can't always dance 8 aksharas. See, understand. See, you can't always dance 8 aksharas. But you are dancing 8 aksharas per beat in some places. That we have to understand. Because of those very few places that we have to dance 8, but we have to be prepared for that 8. Right? Suddenly, if something comes in 8, how will you dance? So we are getting prepared. So these two exercises for you to understand. Now, I'll tell you the practical implications of this lesson. For example, you are having a jati. Say, I'll take the same jati that you had sent. Okay. Of course, Suchita, new Kelirpudi jati. This is a traditional Mysore jati, which is famous, which was done in the courtyard of Krishnadevaraya or Mysore Arasas. Okay. It starts with tat te yum tat 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 te yum dhalangu takati kutakati kanato. See, the first phrase itself has 2 different speeds. We are saying third speed in some places, second speed in some places. Here, see, ta te yum ta tam. What is that? Tak himi tak takadimi tak. So here there are 8 aksharas.
Oh.
And then tak himi dhalanku takadiku takatadi kinato. Those 2 beats are 8 aksharas again. So a simple phrase also, when we say, if we don't know, but what are your adavas are saying? Are you doing 8 aksharas there? No. You're just going back. Or you're just doing anatomy. Right? So when we start, you're just not doing 8 aksharas at all. You're doing 1 akshara, first kala. Tat te yum tat tam kita takata te yum dhadan kutakati. So you are doing only 2 kalas. But the Shollukatus are framed in multiple different kalas combination. So that's what you have to understand. So when you understand that 2 aksharas can also be done over 8, then there is no hassle.
Mm.
No matter how are we rendering, but what are we doing also matters, right? There are 2 layers. One is the rendition and the other was placed over that rendition. So, or there are many combinations. The same phrase goes on and you will walk back. Here also, we are not doing fourth kala. We are doing you're doing a at the end, then you are doing 8 aksharas in one beat. Of all those 8 beats. You understood? So to know that there are 8 aksharas possibility also in a beat, 4 akshara possibility also is there in a beat, 2 akshara, then how do you combine? Right? So you should understand, oh, this is in second kala because I am doing only 2 aksharas here. There I did 4 aksharas. In the beginning I did only 1 akshara. At the end I am doing 8 aksharas. So a complex phrase, this is very simple. That you say in Chatrasha Alaripo also, right? Very similar phrase. But when the phrase itself has multiple numbers in it, for example, that you had sent me, tahatta dhinku, takatta dhinku, taritta dhem, 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 tati, taka, tatta, yitta, te yitta, te yitta, itta, taka, takata, yitta, te yitta, te yitta, tataka. All these phrases are not simple takka, dhimmi, takka, janno.
When you listen to the song, how do you know the division? Like, when is it? You'll have to put the tala along with the song to figure out
Yes,
when it is eight
yes,
aksharas
yes,
and.
yes. See, I'll take a simple phrase like a Jatiswara. Okay, the Jatiswara is set in Aditala. For example, one tala, any tala. So, if I say sa ni da pa ma pa ga ma pa sa ni da pa ma ga ma pa da ni sa ni da pa ma pa ga ma pa sa ni da pa ma ga ma pa da ni. So I know the tala is Adi Tala and it has 8 beats because it's a Madhyama Kala Adi Tala, one beat in one Anga format. So there are 8 beats. 8 fours are 32 is my total number of aksharas that I have in the tala. But if you look at the framework of the Jatiswara, that is not like that. Totally it is 32 aksharas. But every beat, there are no 4 aksharas. Right? For swara. Sa, ni, da, pa, ma, pa, ga, ma, pa, sa, ni, da, pa, ma, ga, ma, pa, da, ni, swara. Tha, ga, ga. Ta, ki, ta is the variation. So that is in second kala. Tha, ga, ni, da, 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 da. So there is a combination of first kala, second kala, and third kala in the first phrase itself. So over that, what are we doing? Are we doing the same? Sa, ni, da, pa, ma, pa, da, ma, pa. Are we doing like this? That's what the song says. Right? So we are nullifying the combinations that are done in the phrasing of the swaras. And we are placing a combination of 16, 32 over that same Motta Kanaku ondivi. Motta Kanaka is total sum. The total sum of this Pallavi is 32 aksharas. Over that 32, what are the combinations that we can do? So all those are n number of possibilities. So those n number of possibilities can come in n combinations of kala also.
Okay.
Understood? So whenever you listen to a song now or a kriti, you just go over that second layer. See, the tala is in Rupaka tala. So totally there are 3 beats in it, 12 aksharas. But even though the Tala is saying 12 Aksharas, the Kriti which is set over it is not in that format at all. Because Sahitya cannot be written always like Takadimi, Takachadu, Takadimi, Takachadu. If you write Sahitya like this, that will become a newspaper. Right? It should have Karves for the elaboration of Raga, as you have Karves in Sancharis. Wherever there is Manodharma, the flow comes in Bhava, not in Leka. Tak, 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 it will not come. Right?
So if
Yes,
I take a jati in Aditala,
Hmm.
then the whole
Hmm.
cycle should be 32. So then
Yes.
I should, when I play the music, I should try to put the
Yes.
tala and
Tala.
try to see where it is first beat, second beat, or where there
Yes.
is a pause.
Yes. For example, if a Varna, for Jati Swara only I take, easier. So if you are saying a Jati over this Jati Swara, which is in Aditala, so your basic assumption is that Jati has to be in multiples of 32. Right? So that's how it can come to Sama. So that is the assumption now. So then we'll go to the Jati. Dhadan gutak dhigu sa ni da pa ma pa ga ma pa. Dhadan gutak dhigu tak dhikna tom ta tajam tari ta. Tajam tajam tat takundari kita ta 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 tajam tari dei. Tajam tajam tat takundari kita ta ta tajam tari ta. Tajam tat ta tajam tari dei. Tajam tat tadhingna tom ta. Takatadikina tom te. Takadikutadikita tom ta. If this is the jati. So on the whole, we know that this jati is for 2 avartana and it has to be in multiples of 32 plus 32, 64, or because I am putting double for this tala, sa ni da pa ma pa ga ma pa. So there are two ways of putting aditala, right? One aditala will have one kale, oru kale. Single kale aditala will have 8 beats. Double kale aditala will have 16 beats. That you see offer in Varnas. All Varnas are set to double kale. So this is the multiples of 64 now. 64 in 1 avarta, 64 in 1 more avarta. So there are 128 aksharas in the jati. So that we know on the outset. Now, you should also know how are they getting splitted into different numbers. The total is 64 plus 20, 64. What is there in that 64? That we have to understand next. So then you have to go to...
When I'm listening to the jati and I'm trying to put the tala, my tala should match with the mridangam guy, right?
Yes. And the kriti. Kriti mainly. The mridangam guy, the Natvarangam Vansan is matching the speed of the kriti. The kriti is sung by the singer. For example, I said now, sa ni da pam. That is the basic tempo that is in the song. So we all have to match to the basic tempo of the kriti. That's why, except Alaripu. Alaripu also, you don't start the Alaripu straight. If you observe, what do? Tat, te, yum, tat, tam. Why do you say tat, te, yum?
So
you are setting the pace.
Yeah, as dancers, we understand the pace.
So then when you say dhalang gutakati gutakata, you know that is a cue phrase. So after that, the song will start. It's like making known to everybody that we are starting the composition in this space now. So everybody has to be in that alert mode. This is space. I can't drag. I can't run now. Okay. So that is the first step, knowing the tempo. The next step is which tala is this tempo running on which tala. So this tala, Adi tala or Rupaka tala. So Adi tala andre 8 or 16 beats in the Navartana. Rupaka tala 3 beats or 6 beats in the Navartana multiplied by 4 aksharas in a beat. So you know the total sum. This is what 12 aksharas in one Navartana. 24 aksharas in one Navartana, or 32 aksharas in one Navartana, 64 aksharas in one Navartana. That is the assumption. Then third step is how many avartanas is this jati getting splitted into? Is it one avartana? So then I know it is 32 or 64. Two avartana, multiple
How
subda.
many avartanas? How do I find that out?
You will put the tala and know, right?
So
If
you
I
have to
say,
put the tala for that. Okay.
right? So you will put the tala and know how many beats
Hmm.
into number of aksharas. So now I know, oh, this is the total sum of it. I can't bluff around now. So 64 andre, then you go into it and find out where are those 64 aksharas. So if you are getting those 64, then you are correct. Yes, Shravani.
So, suppose say, like for example, this Mysore Jati. So when I was
Hmm.
putting Tala, I got
Hmm.
two Avartanams, but then
Hmm.
that last Tirmana Madavu is not fitting in there. It looks like
Hmm.
it is outside of the two Avartanams. So I'm not
Ah,
sure, is that the right thing? Then
say the
how
jati.
I'm doing the something.
Say the jati. Just say like that.
Okay.
Ah.
Tahata dinku, takata dinku, tarita jame, 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 tari taka tatayita, tayita, tayita ita taka taka tayita, ita, tayita ita taka taka tarikita taka naka tarikita taka dim, 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 diranantari takatari, takadiku, takadiku tadiginato.
Ah. Let us ask Suchita. Suchita, can you make out which tala it is?
It's Adi Tala.
Wow, I didn't know it was Aditala. How can you say it is Aditala if she is reading out 1
I
kg rice,
guessed it because
2
mostly it
kgs
is Adi Tala.
badam powder, 3 kgs.
It's mostly Adi Tala, so I guessed it's Adi Tala. I couldn't make out.
See, all guesswork, share market, business, right? Shravani,
Hmm.
that's what I just told. It is 64 aksharas,
Hmm.
but all are the 64 aksharas understood correctly?
Maybe not. There are many
Maybe
pauses.
wrong, Allah, definitely wrong.
Yeah, there are many pauses.
Because you are not getting it right. The tala. Tahat dhinko, takat dhinko. There is a carve there. It is not just sung like that. Tahat dhinko, takat dhinko. Vantarita jhem, 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 yem, tati, takka, tati, yitta, te yitta, te yitta, itta, takka, takatari, kita, taka, nakatari, kita, taka, dhim, dhim, dhinanantari, takatari, nakatari, takadiku, takatari, takadiku, tadi, kinatum, ta. It is not two avartana. First of all.
So to
How
recognize
many
Ah, Suchita.
oh,
to recognize where the carve is, you have to listen
Ah,
to the song, put the tala,
yes,
figure out which speed, and then in that figure out where the pause is.
yes. That's what you're doing when you're saying ta, kita in Trikala, right?
Yeah.
If before jumping to the next speed, you're thinking, oh, two aksharas. Ta, kita. Why should you stop? Because we have the doubt whether we are saying the second speed correctly or not. So we are in that stage now. This is like teaching a kid. When he comes to the class after 1 month, teaching Tilana. How can he learn a Tilana? Madam, I heard this song in the internet. I don't know how to perform. The same question that you asked me now. So when it is dance, it is not doable. When it is jati, how is it doable? I'll
so
not say it is not doable. It is doable. But for that, you have to understand. So when I say tahatta dinko, I know it is takita, takita. I know the background of it. So tahatta dinko, which is takita, takita. So totally it is not 64, not 128. It is 3 times 164, 196 aksharas. Understood?
so So, so this is a Aditala. So then,
Hmm.
if it is a Tahatta, Tahatta is 3.
Ah.
For beat, we need to have 4, no? So then, where is a pause?
Pause. Tahat.
Tahat.
Yeah. Who said there should always be 4 aksharas?
Because this is Chatushra, no?
Ayo, that is Chaturashra. Ta ta
Oh,
ta di 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 tom nam nam nam. What is the pattern there? Three aksharas.
3 aksharas.
But you said it on a tala which has 4 aksharas. So
Oh,
you
so
have to render it
Tahatta
in the
D
format
will
of
come
4.
in this.
It will not start in one beat, end on one beat.
Tahatta
If
D.
it was so easy, why is it so hard to practice? Right? See, tahatta dhinko, it is tatata di 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 tom 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 nam nam nam. If you get that right, this will come easy. Tahatta dhinko, takatta dhinko is 4 takitas, 12 aksharas. Tatata di 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 tom 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 nam nam nam.
I guess my
So
problem is when they are singing, I don't think I'm
uh,
able to recognize the shift between first speed and second speed.
that's
So
because we had not done that.
yeah. So
Now
that
you
we
will.
should do that first.
Now you will. Now you will. You practice this trikala, you can know. Oh no, he's singing 1 akshara per beat, so it has to be first kala now. Now it has to be second kala, third kala, and the valuation also in a similar way. Okay, Shravani. Anyway, you had raised the question. I'll say one jati now to finish. Okay, you both decode this jati and come in the next class. Okay, I'll say very simple
Recording?
jati.
You're
Yeah.
recording.
Recording.
Yeah.
Okay, you have to decode and tell me how many aksharas is it in total. Okay, and then how is each avartana getting divided? I'll say Rupagatala, very easy to understand. Okay, I'll say your own jati, Alaripu jati. You all know that Alaripu jati, right? In a different way. Halang takata dingina tom ta hatta jam tarita tata hatta jam tarite ta hatta jam tarita tata hatta jam tarite ta hatta jam tari kata hatta jam tari tadhi ta tadhing ginnatum tadhing ginnatum tadhing ginnatum takadhi ta tadhing ginnatum tadhing ginnatum tadhing ginnatum kitatagadi ta tadhing ginnatum tadhing ginnatum tadhing ginnatum.
So we have to write it down.
Yes. You have to write it down, then only you can understand which akshara is where.
Okay.
Then only you can understand what is the valuation also.
Okay. So write it down and evaluate. Like put those horizontal
Yes.
lines. Then. Okay.
Yes. When you're writing down only, you will know. Ta, hata, okay, he said like this, so it has to be this aksharas. This is the first step.
Okay.
You will know many things if you decode this.
So the homework is decoding and
Ta kita in trikala, tata kita in trikala, one after the other. First speed, second speed, third speed, all once. If you get that right,
the 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3
yes.
as
If you get right,
ta and tata kita. Okay.
correct. And if you get that right, reverse it and practice. As I told you in the video.
Okay.
Try reversing it.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank you.
Shravani.
Said you asked us
Yeah.
what is the difference between Gati and Nade.
Now this class is over now. The next class is waiting at
Okay.
8. I wanted 15 minutes gap to drink some tea. It is already 5
Yeah.
minutes now.
Sorry, sir.
Okay, sir. Yeah.
No problem.
Thank you,
no
sir.
problem.
Thank you.
Don't be sorry.
Thank you, sir.
All the best. Practice ಮಾಡಿ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ.
Yeah.